Good morning, students. I hope you are having a nice time over there. Sorry that we have to be at home at this time because of the challenges we are having in our nation. But we don't have anything to fear, and that's why we are doing this online contact, so that you will still be kept busy while you are at home. My name is Mr. Alex. I handle mathematics in SS3 here at the Annex. Today we are going to be looking at sets and Venn diagram. Sets and Venn diagram. Now, the first thing we are going to be looking at, what is a set? And then we'll talk about the types of sets. The list is much, but I'm just going to be considering those sets that are very important as far as SS3, SSC examination, NECO and WAEC is all about. So number one is the empty sets. The empty set is also described as the null set. And this is a set that has no elements, no entry inside. That means it's empty, does not contain anything. Examples of empty sets is a set here represented as P equal to four-sided triangles. Of course, you know what a triangle is. A triangle has how many sides, class? 3 sides, that's correct. That means when you say there's a particular triangle that has 4 sides, it sounds meaningless. It's not a possibility. So this set P equal to four-sided triangle invariably is an empty set. We also have other examples of empty sets, things that are not possible. For example, we say human beings with 4 legs, a 4-legged human being. All those examples that are absurd, it doesn't make sense, it's not possible, they are empty sets. Then we'll come to another set, the singleton set. Singleton is from the word single. When you say a set is a singleton set, it means the set has only one entry, a single element inside. Example is Q equal to set of prime numbers less than 3. The first case, what is a prime number? A prime number is any number that has just 2 factors, 1 and itself. So the first prime number in the list of numbers is 2. So if we are talking about prime numbers less than 3, we are referring to just 2. It means for this example, Q equal to prime numbers less than 3, we are going to just have Q to be equal to nothing but 2. It has just a single entry. That means it is a singleton set. Then we now come to what we call the universal set. A universal set is a set that encompasses every other thing that will be described later as part of that given set. What does that mean? If we have, for example, let's say T is equal to Yanduse students. Yanduse students. What does this tell us? This will tell us that T is made up of students in the annex and then Miller Road section of the school. So universal set means everything possible in the set that are describing. So Yanduse students that I mentioned now, we'll now be talking about annex students as well as Miller Road students. That is junior section Miller Road as well as senior section Miller Road. Then when you come to exam, most of the things you'll be seeing are things that are generalized. So that's why we have this example. Usually these symbols, this is epsilon. It's just like E, like this. Or this mu. They are all Greek alphabet. They are used to represent the universal set. So in this example, mu or epsilon represents the English alphabet. That means you are tasked with the responsibility of listing them. That means mu is going to be equal to A, B, C, up to Z. These are the English alphabet. Now, you now have another type of set which is called subset. The subset of a given set is another set which belongs to the universal set but has its own peculiarity. That means a subset is a part of a universal set. Look at this example. If we say T is equal to English alphabet, or let's say H, as the case may be, because I've used T to represent medical student before. So let's say H is equal to English vowels. The vowel we have, remember, I'm not talking about vowel sound, vowel. There are, how many vowels do we have in English? We have the A, we have the E, we have the what? I, O, and the what? U. If you check these 5 vowels in the English alphabet, they are part of the universal set. So H now is nothing but this, telling us that H is a subset of U. Usually, in terms of set terminology, if you are going to say H is a subset of U, you use this notation to show that this H, which is English alphabet, is a subset of the universal set. That's what it means. That means H is contained in the universal set. Or, if you want to put it the other way, you can say the universal set contains H. Both of them are saying the same thing, but at the level of secondary school, your level, this is what you are likely going to be saying from time to time. Now let's move on to other terminology. Because of time, we're not doing revision. These are not the only types of sets that we have, but these are the ones that are going to be encountering in the course of any problem solving at the SS3 level. Now there are other terminologies that you are sure to meet in the course of solving any problem. Number one is the union of a set. The union of a set. This is the symbol. So U, like this. The union of a set is a set that combines all the elements of 2 or more given sets. For example, if we say A union B, we are talking about all the elements that are in A as well as in B without repeating any one. What does that mean? Suppose A is 1, 2, 3, and then we have B to be equal to 4, 5, and let's say starting with 1. The A union B is going to be what? All the elements here in A together with all the elements in B without repetition. So if we pick, there's 1 here, there's 1 here, we pick it, all this will be there. We have 2, we have 3, we have 4 here together with what now? 5. We have 5 elements put together. So if we check this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are not going to write this one again because it's already captured from A or from B once and for all. Then we come to intersection of a set. The intersection of 2 sets or more sets is denoted with this symbol that looks like N. So when we say A intersection B is written like this. What does that mean? It means what is common between A and B. So I pick a set, for example, let's say A as before 1, 2, 3, and then I say B is equal to 1, 4, and 5. So I look at A and B what is common is not what now, class? Yes, that is 1. That's correct. 1 is the only element that is common between set A and set B. So I'll put 1 here, and that becomes the answer to this. Now let me ask a quick question here. A intersection B gives us 1. So if I ask you, what type of set is A intersection B from what we have discussed before? Anybody? Yes. Oh no, it's not empty set. It is a singleton set. Why? Because it contains a single what? Entry. Alright, we move on to the next one, the elements of a set. The element of a set, as we have been hearing it, is nothing but the entries, what is contained in a set. So if you say A, or let's say P, is equal to SS3 students of Yandise College. So the number of the element or the entry of this set will be the names of all the students in SS2A. Again, let's say I have a set referred to as K equal to, let's say, A, B, C, D. The element of this set, K, is nothing but A, B, C, D, the entries inside that set. Then we'll come to the next, which is cardinality of a set. Whenever you hear cardinality of a set, it's talking about the elements, the number of elements rather that set contains. So when we look at this K, for example, which has 4 entries, A, B, C, D, the cardinality of K, which is normally written as N bracket K, will be equal to what? The numbers of entry here, and that will give us what? 4. Now, if I say, which the universal sets that we referred to before, to the English alphabet, find the cardinality, it means I'm asking to find N universal, like this, where the universal set is the English alphabet. And how many letters do we have in the English alphabet? That's what? 26. That's the cardinality. So what I just done now is a brief overview of some of the bases that you need to know as far as set is concerned. So let's look at this particular sub-example. The question says U is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 20, counting numbers. Then A is odd numbers, while B is a set of even numbers. Then C, prime numbers. Now, whenever this is mentioned, A, B, C, it is being referred, it is being drawn from the universal set, which is numbers, counting number from 1 to 20. So the question that follows is that we should find 1, A intersection B. That means find the element that are common to A and B. Number 2, we have to find A intersection B, then the union with C. So let's see quickly how we do that. We also have a third one here and a fourth one. But because of time, let's just go straight to the solution of this problem. Number 1 is nothing but A intersection of what? Of B. Good. What is A intersection B? I look at A. I said odd numbers. That is odd numbers between 1 and 20 inclusive. And what are they? The first odd number is 1. Followed by what? 3. Followed by 5. You will continue like that until you reach the last odd number, which is 19. And if you remove all the even numbers from all the odd numbers, it means that there are 10 of them. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, yes, 13, that's good. Followed by what now? Followed by 15, then 17, and last but not the least is 19.